famous American explorer Lewis Clark, while discovering the New America, discovered this tiny elephant statue of pink color. Not knowing the history or story that it held, he simply threw it into his bag of things, not knowing what he possessed. The reason that you today have heard of Lewis Clark, American explorer, is because of this elephant statue. This is the story of the history behind the elephant statue. Around 330 years ago, in what would have been the Mesozoic era of the planet, in the southeastern province of the state of Iowa, there were two Indian elephants born, one a girl and one a boy. They became best friends, and it was love at last. Their names were Rod and Rochelle, and they did everything together. And I mean everything, but little did they know there was a jealous onlooker. Ricky was the village idiot, a stupid elephant who was really mean, but he loved Rochelle very, very much, in the way that he would stand outside of her window and watch her bathe inappropriately. It was really creepy. Ricky was just awful. Confident in his skills as a young elephant man, Ricky decided to try and move into Rod's territory. Hey girl, would you ever get with this? No. No, I wouldn't, said Rochelle. Ricky was fucking crushed. Watching the love of Rod and Rochelle grow drove Ricky to a point of insanity. After a long bout of drinking, coke binging, and cutting himself, he decided it would be best for him to leave before he harmed anybody, or himself more, as he was severely mentally insane and just fucking nuts. So after packing his bags, he set off to leave. This was the lowest that Ricky had ever been. With Ricky's creepy fucking presence finally out of the picture, their love flourished like none before, and Rod asked for Rochelle's hand in marriage. Without hesitation, she said yes. And they were married soon, and it was the most beautiful day, for all the elephants cried and wept, and all the lions, and all the tigers, and everyone came. They were all there. It was just really awesome. Over the course of the next few months, things got super passionate, and boom, before they knew it, they had a little baby elephant. And that baby was awesome, and they were a family, and life was good. Things for Ricky, however, had not fared out so well. On his travels, he'd worked various odd jobs. His drinking and drug use got out of control, and he found himself failing the balance on the ball test that was given to him by police. He was charged with his first DUI, and then brought into a life of things he was very ashamed of. Living out of a suitcase for months and months, Ricky eventually found himself homeless and sleeping in the back of an old boxcar. "What did I do?" he says. He then dug himself a grave and threw himself into it. Longing for a better life, one person came to mind, one elephant woman. That woman was Rochelle. "I gotta get back to Rochelle," he said. In his delusion, he thought that was a good idea. So Ricky packed up and he headed back to Iowa to go see Rochelle and to try to win her back. What an idiot. On his journey, Ricky worked one last big circus and was unable to afford to buy this ridiculous asshole outfit, thinking that he could win Rochelle back with it. Unable to sway her with this stupid fucking getup, he then got her very, very, very drunk and took advantage of her. Rod was fucking livid. Since finding your wife like this just ain't cool, Rod tore that fucking town to shreds. "Where the fuck is Ricky?" he said. His people in the van wouldn't tell him. "Where the fuck is Ricky?" he said. This guy was like, "No, man, I'm running. I'm not going to assist you in murder," because they knew he'd kill him. "Where's Ricky?" Realized this guy was passed out. Finally, found this guy, trampled him, and finally he was like, "All right, Ricky is over there. Jesus. Go do your thing, Rod. Go do your thing." And Rod was like, "Aight." And he went to go pursue the fight of the motherfucking century. So Rod marched forth with a fire in his heart and a passion in his eyes. And he spotted Ricky in that silly frickin' frock from over a mile away. "Yo, Ricky," he said. Ricky turned around. Well, 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 Rod, he said. How's Rochelle? Rod, unshaken by his snide, shitty comment, simply said, in front of all of the elephants, How is the circus? Elephants were gasping and fainting left and right, for how could one of their own gone and done such a disgraceful act of joining the circus like that? Elephants are very prideful, and immediately Ricky was embarrassed. And he was like, all right, Rod, all right, I'll fight you. I'll fight you for shaming me like that. And so the fight of the century ensued, and they fought long, and they fought hard. Great historians such as Leonardo da Vinci and Leonardo DiCaprio came and witnessed this fight and painted this picture. In this fight, there was only one outcome, and it was death. But whose death was it? Here before you now, in this picture, stands Rod, and that is Ricky's carcass on the ground. You don't fuck with another elephant's girl because elephants never forget. Rod and Rochelle lived happily ever after while Ricky's drug-dependent, psychotic young life was cut short due to him being an asshole. Instead of being allowed to go up to elephant heaven, Ricky's soul was forever trapped in this ancient, mystical Indian artifact, this pink elephant relic, because he was a douchebag, so that seemed appropriate. But Ricky's ghost did somewhat redeem itself by helping Lewis Clark guide his way through the great American West. Sometimes at night, you can hear Ricky crying deep in the Californian mountains, and sometimes you can't. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this very informational and educational video. Ricky appreciates your time.